here with another Photoshop tutorial. This time we're going to take a quick look at the text tool. Now, if you recall, we were messing around with an advert. We were adding a laptop, some post-it notes, and on the post-it notes, we've got some text. Previously, we've got the laptop, we've got the post-it notes, but we haven't yet got the text. So let's take a quick look. Text tool is down there. T is the shortcut tool. If you have a look, the mouse pointer turns into what's called an I bar. Now, what is important here is you've got a little dotted box around the text tool. That's telling you that if you click, you will create a new text box. Look, a new text box. Fantastic, written in a fancy old font. Going to highlight that while I'm still working in it. Make it a different font and make it a wee bit bigger so you can see. If you're happy with the changes, you can also change the color, the alignment, left, center, right. Let's move it left. You can also curve it. At the moment, no warping. Have a play around with it, so I could make it arcing. Now, when you're happy with any of your texting, you select the tick, or if you're not happy with it, you select the I'm not happy with it button. Let's select the tick. Okay, now with the text tool, notice, look, there's a box around it. That means that if I click, or even better, click and drag, I make a text box. There is a bit of difference when you click and drag. You are determining the width of the amount of text. The amount, oh, sorry, I'm typing this in the dark, so I can't see my keyboard. Amount of text, that looks like text. Now if I keep on typing, because I've selected the width of the box, it gives me a new line. I'm still typing, but you can't see the text. That's because my text box isn't deep enough. If I drag downwards, I should see all the text I've typed. So always look for the little I box with the little dotted box around it. That means you're going to create a new text box. Now, if you want to edit existing text, look at the mouse pointer. Look, it's got a box around it. It doesn't have a box around it. When the I bar goes over a text box that already exists, it gets rid of the little dotted line and basically is telling you that that is there used for editing, so you can edit away. Each text box creates a brand new layer. So if you don't like the layer, you can drag it to the bin. And if you wanted to copy the layer, you could drag it to the new layer icon. So there's a couple of things there. Don't want any of those. Better play around with it. That's it. So I'm going to create a new text box that's going to say phone Alex. Now that doesn't look like handwriting to me, so I'm going to highlight it and then I'm going to choose a font that looks very handwriting. The great thing is you get a preview if you move your mouse pointer over it. So if I go to Bradley Hand, that's not too bad. So Bradley Hand ITC. That looks like somebody has scribbled that. Now, because when people write, we don't get it lined up, I'm going to add a space in there, make it look a bit more like a piece of handwritten text. If you want some more text options, up at the top on the toolbar, you've got this little button here. Toggle the character and paragraph panels. And you can change lots of different panels, have a play around with it, see what they do. To actually operate any of it, make sure the text is selected before you change any of the information there. So I'm just going to make the font size a wee bit smaller. So it's going to sit nicely on that post-it note there. There we go, phone Alex. I'm going to drag that over. Okay, now, again, it doesn't fit with the post-it note. The post-it note is at an angle and that's kind of too straight. It's too perfect. So I'm going to transform it. You can transform any layer and that includes text. Can you remember what the shortcut is? Control T. There you go. Go to the outside and that means I can change the angle. So I could change it a bit of a skew width. Click tick and away I go. Phone Alex, looking a bit better, looking a bit more handwritten. I can, if I want to, perhaps change the spacing of phone and Alex by playing around with some of these values here. Let's make the gap between the two lines. Oh no, that's a bit too little. Let's go 80. There you go. Happy with that change there. Looks a wee bit better. So there's a basic intro to the text tool. Thanks for watching.